Hello, everyone. Welcome to our new member orientation class here at Work It Daily. Welcome, newbies. We're so excited to be here with you guys and welcome you to Work It Daily and show you around, give you a little quick tour of Work It Daily. I'm here with my amazing coaching team, Christina and Danny. And we'll introduce ourselves in a minute here, but we're excited to meet you guys and show you around and just, answer your questions. We're going to go over some common questions that we get inside Work It Daily whenever someone joins, show you where to find certain things because we know that our platform is pretty in-depth and there's a lot in there. So we want to make sure that you're getting the right information to know exactly where you should go. Okay, so before we jump in, let's see who's here. We've got Laura, Linda, Tips, Claudia, Lori, Akua? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Excellent. Welcome, everyone. Great. Okay, so we've got a lot to cover as usual. It's like my favorite thing to say in here because we always have so much to cover. So let's get started with some common questions here. If you have any questions yourself, you can feel free to put them in the chat so we can get to them at the end. But I have a feeling that we're going to answer most of them for you in this presentation. But before that, let's introduce ourselves, shall we? So we are the coaching team for the professional level membership here at Work It Daily. And my name is Ariella. I've been working here for 8 years now under JT, trained by her personally, been working as a coach for several years now. And, I come from kind of a branding and marketing background and then kind of tied that into coaching. So I am a nerd about writing cover letters, branding your resume and your LinkedIn profile, and helping you with your overall branding strategies. So that's kind of what I am kind of specialized in my background. Christina comes from a staffing background, and Danny comes from a training and development background. So Christina, I'll have you introduce yourself, and then Danny, you can introduce yourself as well.
Hi, everyone. My name's Christina. Like Ariella just mentioned, I came from a staffing and recruiting background. I have been with the company for over a year now, and I love every bit of it. I actually found Work It Daily when I previously went to New Hampshire. I landed a job with this amazing company. I was personally trained by Ariella and JT O'Donnell, and I really love the whole career coaching side of things. I love helping you guys out along your journey, coming up with these game plans, and really just finding those job search strategies in order for you to find your career happiness. So I'm really happy to be working with you guys and doing this session today. So if you have any questions, just throw it in the chat.
Hi guys, and I'm Danny, and I'm the newest career coach here at Work It Daily. This will be a couple months in now for me, and I was actually in the platform prior to working here, as I was laid off at the end of last year. So definitely have been in your shoes and can relate on that level. I'm really excited. I've been an athlete my whole life, and so at some point you pretty much learn to coach yourself, but also you're still coaching others as well. Becomes more of a team effort, which I think that we handle here pretty much in the same aspect, which is really interesting to me. I have also been coached by Ariella, Christina, and JT. And so I'm really excited to get to know all you guys. And again, like Christina said, just trying to keep up with the positivity and working it daily is definitely going to get you where you need to go.
Awesome. So as you can see, we all come from a little bit of a different background, but they all tie in very well with career coaching, career planning, helping you guys brand yourself, market yourself effectively to recruiters, to employers, understanding how this whole process and journey works. So that way you can streamline your job search, find a job that you love and keep it and excel in that job. So we're all really excited to be here and work with you guys. And yes, it's just a really great place to be. This is such a safe, positive community that we have here inside Work It Daily. And we're really excited that you chose to join us. Okay. Awesome. So now that you're here, where do you start? Now that you've joined Work It Daily, where the heck do you start? So I'm actually going to pull up our dashboard here. Hopefully everyone can see that okay. So when you log into Work It Daily, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see your overall dashboard. And you want to start with the amazing Start Here article. It's going to give you an idea of what you should be thinking about, where you should go, answer some common questions for you, provide actually some templates to get you started. And it's just going to help you kind of get on your feet when you first get here. We also have a quick tour video here. If you have any questions about where to find things inside the platform, this is going to be really helpful for you to go back and watch. You can also go back and watch this recording as well. But I would definitely encourage you to start at that post. We'll go over all of these other areas in a second in more depth, but just to give you an idea of what's here, we have, an area where you can discover what else is in the platform. We have different kind of news feeds. I call them kind of targeted news feeds for you guys, that you can go and explore what's happening based on topics, based on, groups. You can learn more about events, featured posts that we have here. You'll find a lot of our trainings posted here, our 3-week trainings, which we'll get to that in a minute. Top posts, what's everyone interacting with inside Work It Daily? You can find that here. Courses, what are the top courses that people are, using inside Work It Daily? As you can see, our interview prep plan is one of our top ones. It's a really in-depth course, so definitely check it out. You can see top members who are constantly engaging with us. Topics, again, this is kind of like a targeted news feed, which we'll get to that in a minute, but it's all about these specific topics. If you go to the members tab, you can see who's here. You can look based on like who's near you, who's new, who's a host, who's an ambassador of the program, who's online now. And it's a really cool feature to kind of get to know who is here with you inside Work It Daily. The About section is basically just a little bit more about Work It Daily, what we do. Pretty self-explanatory there. Topics is kind of what I was talking about earlier. So they're kind of like targeted news feeds based on particular topics. So if you wanted to go in and talk about LinkedIn, you can go into this topic and share something based on LinkedIn. It's essentially like a very specific conversation around a certain topic, but it looks like a news feed like you can see here, and you can post and share and whatever you'd like to do. Events, we'll get into this more in a bit, but basically anything that we're doing inside Work It Daily in terms of events, we have some upcoming group sessions, we have our virtual trainings here, little check-in update type of events here as well. We'll get into more of that in a minute. Industries, you can see what kinds of industries people are involved with here inside Work It Daily, kind of get to know who's in what industry, what's popular, what's happening here, just kind of learn a little bit more about who else is in this community with you. Groups, it's very similar to the topics that we have inside Work It Daily, but essentially they are targeted news feeds based on your persona or your goal. So for example, career changers, this is a targeted news feed essentially that's all around career change and topics around this this goal that you want to do and or want to achieve. So you can meet other people who are changing careers and whatever it is that you decide to join here. Courses, pretty self-explanatory. This is where you'll find all of our in-depth courses. For example, our interview prep plan, our job search plan, which is a really popular one. You can learn how to write your resume, excel in your brand new job. We have a ton of courses in here that you should definitely check out. And you can work with our coaching team. You can work with us to understand where the heck do you start based on your goals. So if you're not sure, you're like, oh my gosh, I have so many courses in here. Where do I start? They all apply to me. Talk with us. We'll help you figure out where you should kind of get started because we do have a lot of information in here. We want you to start little by little. Okay. And then finally, message your coach. That's just more information on how you can get in touch with us if you are not sure who to message. Just a heads up. If you joined as a professional level member, you're messaging the coaching team professional level. That's us. If you're an executive level member, you're messaging the coaching team -executive level. So that's JT and our executive coaches. So just a heads up there. So that was kind of a brief overview of what you got here. Again, this is just kind of like your basic news feed inside the program. When you join, you can see what's going on. But yes, so we'll dive into a little bit more in a second here. So how do I message my coach? So Christina, can you explain a little bit more about how that process works?
Yeah, definitely. So we kind of just briefly covered this, but if you go to your homepage, you'll look on the left where the tabs are listed, and at the bottom, you'll see message your coach. You can just click that and it'll show you all of the instructions on how to message your coach, who you're messaging. Like Ariella mentioned, if you're a professional level member, message the professional coaching team. If you're an executive member, message the executive level coaching team. Or you can go back to the homepage. And once you're there, if you look in the top right corner, you'll see two little bubbles, so like text little bubbles, and click that. Then you can click the plus sign on the top right, and you can send your message to the coaching team there. And we'll pull this up for you really quickly just to see what this looks like on your end as well. And once you're there, you can just type your message by clicking in that little chat bar on the bottom. You can send in any questions, any materials you have, cover letters, resumes. We recommend sending those in the PDF format. And you can attach your materials by clicking the plus sign. And then once you click that plus sign, you can click attach file. Like I mentioned, attach those cover letters and resumes in the PDF format. And then your LinkedIn URLs, you can just send in that link. But if you have any other questions or comments or just want to speak to your coach, you can just send any of those messages into that thread right there, which is where all of the one-on-one coaching will take place. So that's
Excellent.
how you'll message your coach.
Definitely. And if you want to expand this message that you have, so this actually will only fill up half of your screen when you open it. But if you hit these little arrows, it expands it so you can see any other messages that you have going on. If you're talking with other members, you can see all of your conversations over here. And then this is obviously where you would type in your message and chat with your coach. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Awesome. All right. Am I assigned a specific coach? Annie, are people assigned specific coaches when they join the program?
So they're not. We actually, and we put an emphasis on this earlier, also Ariella did mention that. We as a coaching group, we utilize the whole team. That way, if one of us is out, none of us can miss a beat on one of your messages. So when you message us, you're usually going to get Ariella, Christina, or myself responding. And usually, for the most part, we all are in the feed at the same exact time. So we're going to see different points of the conversation you guys have had. And we can go back and reference the feed. We can go back and reference your materials that, before, even the screencasts that, say Christina did your review of your resume in the last feed, and then I pop in and I do your cover letter this time. The good thing is I can see Christina's feedback to you as well. And just, again, we were all trained by JT, so it's just one of those things where all of our ideologies are pretty much the same in terms of the format and your materials, but then we do have different opinions and steps, that we can throw based on our experiences into the feed as well to help you guys out. So when you are talking to us, you're talking to one of us at a time, but you're going to see each of us kind of pop in here and then out of the feed. So no matter what, you're getting your questions answered, but it may be just in a little different way each time, just because we do have our own specialties, obviously. So.
Absolutely. Yes. So we all, like Janie said, have our own unique perspectives, but we're all trained by JT Herbst Health. We are all trained in the same methodologies, same strategies. So you're going to get the same advice. You just might get a little bit of a different perspective based on our, backgrounds, right? So I come from a marketing branding background, so I'm going to probably give you more insights on that. Christina comes from a staffing recruiting background, so she's going to give you some unique insights on that. And then Dana, of course, has training and development, so she's going to have some great insights on that as well. So it's really kind of amazing and important to have a team of coaches working with you instead of just having one assigned, because you're getting a lot more information and experience from a team as opposed to just one person. And it's kind of a cool, thought. Plus, we want to make sure that you're getting your answers in a timely manner, right? So, if you're only relying on one person and that person goes on vacation, then, you're not going to get your question answered as, quickly as you could be. So that's why we want to make sure that we are accessible for you guys. We want to make sure that we're giving you the best training and expertise that we can. And that's why we have a little bit of a diverse coaching team here. But again, we're all trained in the same methodologies, same strategies. So you're going to be getting the same insights for the most part. It's just, maybe you'll connect with somebody a little bit differently and, work with somebody a little bit differently when you're chatting with us. But we are all on the same page here, so no fears there.
Definitely.
Excellent. Okay, so how fast do coaches respond, Christina?
So we do have that 1 to 2 business day turnaround. We do not currently work weekends, so I would honestly expect between 1 to 2 days. You'll rarely get that full 2 days, but expect that 2 business day turnaround just in case. But we get back to you as soon as we can. One thing I just wanted to mention is that we do get back to the oldest messages that we receive first. So say you messaged us on a Wednesday and then you messaged us again on a Friday, your message will move up on our list. So we might not get back to you as quickly as if you responded to us and kept that message on Wednesday and you didn't send that message on Friday. So if you have a question, I would just keep that over the weekend just so that we ensure that we get back to you quickly and we respond to that initial message that you sent us. But keep in mind that we do have a team of coaches and we respond back to you as soon as we can. But we do have a lot of people on the platform currently. So please just keep in mind that 2 business day turnaround. And if you have any questions, obviously send those in. Like I mentioned, we don't work weekends, but we do try to get back to you as soon as possible. So if you message us on like a Friday, we'll probably get back to you around Monday afternoon around that time. And we do try to get back to you in that timely manner.
Definitely. So please take that into consideration when you're, planning, you're submitting materials, you have questions. Like Christina said, if you had submitted a question, a few days ago, and then you wanted to check in, it bumps your message. So it's farther back in the queue because it's labeled as newer. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So you're not constantly checking in because it's actually pushing your message back. So just keep that in mind and plan for that. All right, so will you get a confirmation when somebody gets your message? When one of us gets your message or the coaching team gets your message, you won't get an automatic confirmation that your message has been received. But like I said, we do, and Christina said that we have a 2 business day turnaround on these messages. So if you don't hear back within that time frame, then you can message us to make sure that your message got through. But they usually almost always go through unless we have some kind of technical glitch. So be patient. But if you don't hear back within that 2 business day time frame, reach out to us, let us know, maybe something happened. But most often we don't have any issues with this. So when you send in a message, just know that it's received for the most part. Okay. All right, so we kind of went over this a little bit earlier. Christina mentioned this. How do I attach my resume to the thread when you're talking to us? So I'll just kind of go over that once more to show you guys. All right, so when you're in your dashboard and you're, going up to your messages, you would click the coaching team and you have your message thread here. If you want to attach something, you just hit the little plus sign here and then say attach file. And as Christina said, please attach your resume and cover letters as PDFs unless we otherwise advise you to, just because the formatting can get scrambled up if we open it in a different, program that you had. We want to make sure that your formatting is looking good, and we don't want to review something that is open and we open it and it's scrambled. In terms of your LinkedIn profile, you could just enter your URL. And just keep in mind that this option here with the plus sign and attaching a file is not available on the app. They are working on it. Our third-party platform, Mighty Networks, is working on this. But right now we don't have that functionality. So if you're going to attach a file to this thread, you have to do it on a browser, like a web browser. So just keep that in mind when you are attaching your documents. All right. Let's get back to this. What else we got? Okay. How do I access my courses? So again, we went over this a little bit earlier, but I'm happy to go through it again. When you want to look at a course, you just go into the courses tab and click on the course that you are interested in going through. And you'll be brought to a series of modules. You'll see there are templates, there are examples that are attached to certain modules to kind of supplement your learning and help you kind of understand, like, for example, how to write a resume. Like, here are your templates. Here are some examples. This is actually loading for me very slowly right now. Probably my internet at home. But yeah, so you'll just go into these and you'll see the sections, the modules. Most of them do have video tutorials, templates, examples, some kind of supplemental content to help you kind of work through this. But that's kind of how you'll access those. And again, if you're having any questions on what courses you should start with, definitely reach out to us, because we want to put you in the right direction there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Okay. All right. So Danny, where can we find the live trainings that members signed up for? So for example, if they signed up for the how to change careers in 2020 last month, where would they find that?
So you can go to a couple of different places, specifically in the platform. If you go down to the left-hand side and you go into events, click on events. And then, as Ariella mentioned before, there is different sub-tabs within this group. So if you click on past, this will access anything that we've done in the past for recordings or live trainings or anything like that. So this is going to be everything listed, typically in chronological order. So that way, if you remember that it happened to me on Thursday, you can scroll back to the Thursday date and look at that specific training. There is also a search bar at the top, which you can easily just always enter and search. That's like my number one recommendation for everyone, is that search bar. Just because that's the easiest way, I think, for me to find things in the platform. And then the other way you can also do it is you can just go to youtube.com, and we tend to have the recordings on our YouTube channel.
Yes. And so for the private trainings, they are all on YouTube, but they are unlisted. So if you want to find them, you'll have to find them in the past tab to get access to them, which is great, because these are all private sessions, which is awesome. We do have, to Danny's point, a lot of trainings on our YouTube channel that you should absolutely check out and take advantage of. For example, the Laid Off and Looking, actually that's a private webinar, but we've done, JT does some sessions that are public on our YouTube page. So definitely check those out. Great recommendation, Danny. We do direct you guys to our YouTube channel a lot, because we have a ton of great tutorials and content and trainings out there, that we are constantly referencing. So we'll absolutely be directing you to that. The other way that you can find your trainings is, if you're signing up for the next month's trainings, is to go into upcoming. Just scroll down here like you would in the past, and you'll see the upcoming trainings here, which is excellent. Pretty easy. You just go and click on the training that you want to attend. You'll learn a little bit more about it, and you can RSVP to get reminders if we have any updates in terms of the schedule. You can get notified for that, and then you'll access it on the YouTube link, as Danny said. So that's basically our trainings and where you can find them, and of course any upcoming live events, which is exciting. Awesome. Okay, what else do we have here? All right, so how do I turn on and off notifications? This is actually a huge question that we get inside the platform, because there's so much going on, and then people get notified for everything unless you manage your notifications. So if you want to do that, you just go up to your little avatar thing here, go to your settings, and then go to your notifications. All right, if you don't want to be notified, you can click none. So you don't have to be notified at all. You can have email notifications, you can have mobile notifications, or you can have both. If you only want certain notifications, you can toggle on and off all the notifications that we have here. So if you don't want to get notified every time someone comments after you, you can turn that off. This is going to cut down on those notifications that you get, and you're going to get those notifications right here with this little bell, and it should have the number of notifications that you get. Okay, so that's how that works there. But yes, the notifications can get a little crazy if you don't manage them, so just a heads up. All right, what's next here? Okay, how can I change my subscription? So if you wanted to upgrade or cancel your subscription or do any updates in terms of your subscription, you go back to your little avatar here, go to your purchases, And let's see. Gotta love my internet being super slow. Okay, go to your active subscriptions. Click on the one that you have. And once it decides to get there, I'll show you where you can go and change or update your subscription. Been a little bit slow today. But basically, once you click this, you'll be able to scroll down and find there'll be a bunch of buttons. And so one of them is, change your subscription. One of them is cancel your subscription. You can contact support. You can also go in here and update your billing information if you want to change your credit card. You can learn what's included in your plan. It'll have a list of what's in your active subscription. Unfortunately, it's not playing nice for me right now, so it's not letting me in there. But this is definitely my own internet issue. So go and check that out, and it'll show you exactly where you can change and update your subscription. Okay. Alrighty. What else do we have here? Okay. So now we've kind of shown you around the platform. So let's give you a few tips for success in terms of being a Workit Daily member. And we call you guys you are our team. You're all teammates here at Workit Daily because you all want to work together. You're all in the same team. You have similar, maybe even different goals, but you're all looking to win, and you want to be working with your teammates, your coaches to get that success. Okay, so here are a few tips. Now, Christina, tell us why we need to be logging in daily and participating daily.
Yeah, definitely. So we recommend that you guys log in at least once a day, even if it's just 10 minutes, just to log on, look around, maybe just scroll through the feed, see if there's any maybe articles, other posts, questions. There's always going to be someone in your situation. So feel free to reach out to some of the members. Maybe you guys are in a similar situation and you want to reach out to get some advice, or you want to provide someone with some tips. Definitely do that. You can cheers post, comment off other posts, or even check in with your coach. We'd be happy to hear any updates on your current situation. If you want to send in any materials, any questions you're having, you want to get advice for an upcoming interview, definitely check in with us. Or if you wanted to just say hi and speak to one of your coaches. So it's really important to log in and participate so that you're staying active on your job search. Even if you want to take breaks at times, that's great. You should definitely give yourself a break at times. But even just to do a check-in, maybe 10 minutes per day, you should definitely do that, and check in with your coaches, check in with other members, and participate.
Definitely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And Danny, why do you think it's important for members to share their successes, their struggles in the feed with other members or their other teammates?
I was a member before I became a coach, which is, I think it's still funny to this day. But the biggest thing for me is when you share your success or your struggle, you're not alone. You're not alone at any point. Everyone has always had some sort of experience that they came along with, whether it's good or bad. We've all had our share of experiences. So when you reach out into the network, I feel like so many people are throwing words of encouragement out there for you. They're supporting the fact that you just got an interview or that you just got an offer, and then on top of that, even when it is the struggle side, which I mean, so many of us are navigating like kind of this odd world that we're in now with everything happening. It's easy to fall into this trap where you have, even to talk about to what JT speaks on, is like, you don't want to wrap yourself up in so much negativity. So just trying to maintain and have those support people, it's really great. And then the best part is I feel like so many times when you're talking about networking or the fact that you don't have anyone to network with on LinkedIn, these are these people that you can be networking with. They're here to support you. They're here to help, be as much of a team member to you as we are. So I always suggest getting into the feed because you're going to find a connection with somebody somewhere. It may not even be near you, which is crazy, but these are the networking situations you can definitely put yourself in that come, no matter what, you'll come out on a positive end with. So I always recommend the feed.
Absolutely. Definitely. It's so important. This is going to, help you motivate yourself. It's going to help motivate others, keep everyone accountable when you're sharing your, successes, your struggles. If you're going through it, someone else is going through it. And it's nice to be able to go into a safe platform and see that other people are experiencing what you're experiencing. So please don't be shy. You know, as Danny said, share those successes, share those struggles, because someone needs to hear a success story that day, you know, and someone needs to see that another person is going through that same struggle as they are. So definitely don't be shy. This is a safe platform and it's private. All right. So Christina, why should members network with each other inside Work It Daily?
So Danny covered this a little bit, but it's really important to get in the platform and network with other members. Like I also mentioned before, you're probably going to have someone in the platform that is in the same shoes as yourself. Maybe someone has the same goals that you have, or they're looking to get advice on a current situation. So it's really important to connect with those members. Even if you wanted to send them a message, you can actually message the other members in the platform as well. So you can do that and network with those members who are in your industry, or if you're looking to make a career change, maybe reach out to one of the members in the industry that you're looking to switch into. I'm sure that they would be very happy to give you some advice, some tips on that situation, how to get into their industry, maybe share how they got into the job that they're currently in, what they recommend for you to do in terms of your game plan for landing that type of job. So it's really important to leverage that network. You can also connect with each other on LinkedIn outside of the platform. That would be a great place to start as well. And leverage your network. You're always going to find someone in the same shoes as yourself. So it's really important to speak with these other members and connect with maybe some of the similarities and some of the situations that you're currently in. So hop in there and definitely network with some of our other members.
Absolutely. Definitely take advantage of this. This is essentially a private networking platform, right? Like you are with other people who are, again, experiencing same struggles. They have similar goals. Maybe they work in a similar industry, or maybe you want to network with somebody in your area that you don't know yet. This is a great platform to do that. And we have several live sessions, trainings to help you kind of meet members within the platform outside of just your regular chatting and posting with each other. We just launched something called Networking Masters. So think Toastmasters, just for networking. So we help people introduce themselves, get to know people inside the platform. We do it all via Zoom. It's really fun. Definitely check it out. We also have a bunch of live trainings that are happening where you can go and learn something 30 minutes a day, 3 weeks out of the month, and connect with other members in the virtual, the chat. So it's definitely a great way to get to know your teammates and essentially, learn something new every day and connect with people every single day. The final thing that we want to share with you guys is please listen to your coaches. We know that you are coming in here and you have, goals, you have challenges, and you have potentially spent a lot of money on a resume, on a coach that you've had in the past, and you're kind of coming in here hoping for something different, something to shake up your strategy so you can find success. We have been doing this for a long time, and our framework, our methodology, and our strategies work. We have helped hundreds and hundreds of people land jobs and keep them and excel in their careers. And maybe our format or strategy is a little bit different from what you've experienced in the past, but that's intentional. We have a disruptive approach that helps you stand out as a candidate and helps you excel as an employee. So please listen to us. If you have questions about anything, ask us. But we are here. We've been trained personally by JT O'Donnell, our CEO, founder, head coach. She's got 20 years of experience in this area, recruiting, HR, coaching, and her technique, her strategies, and methodologies really do work. So please ask us questions, but please listen to us when we are giving you feedback, particular on your resume, your cover letter, even your LinkedIn profile, and interview approach. So ask us anything, but please listen to us when we are sharing this advice, because it does make a difference if you do it correctly. Okay. All right, so that was a ton of information. So hopefully it was helpful for you guys. Let's see what we've got for questions here. All right, so Linda asked, can we connect with you via LinkedIn as well? You can certainly connect with us on LinkedIn. We do all of our coaching inside the Work It Daily platform though, so we can be connected on LinkedIn. Expand your network. We obviously encourage that, but please keep all of your coaching questions to the platform. That would be lovely. All right, see. Mary says, is there any way to see the courses I'm currently working on and my progress in my dashboard? I'm working on 2 different courses and can't always remember the names. Yes, so I would pull up, let's see if I can pull it up now. My internet has been kind of wonky today, but you can see your progress. So if you go through the courses section, and it's still not playing nice with me right now, but if you go to the courses section and you click on the course, it will show you, like, there's like a button at the end of each module, and it can say complete, or like show as completed, and it will show you your progress. So let's see if it'll play nice. Oh, here we go. All right. So this is inside of one of our courses. This is our most popular course. So we'll go in lesson 1. And you can scroll down. Once you've done this, you can mark it as complete. Okay, and you'll see over here, there's a little check mark. So you can see how much you've done in each course and see what your progress looks like. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful. All righty. What else?
We have another. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Christina.
I just saw another question pop up here from Nancy. Says, our course is meant to be done in one sitting or over a few days. So these courses, you want to take the amount of time in order to really digest the courses, understand the techniques, the concepts. So don't feel rushed to get these courses done right away. Do this at your own speed. It's really important to take a little bit of extra time to really understand the techniques and those concepts, like I just mentioned, rather than rushing through the course, because you're going to be applying this to your job search. So it's really important to get that solid understanding. And once you do, you can maybe move on to the next course, or just check in with your coach and see what we recommend as your next step. So you don't need to do this all in one sitting. You can space it out, or if you have maybe one day where you're not really doing too much and you want to devote this time to your job search, then you can certainly go through the course and try to work your way through that. But don't feel rushed. Just really take these at your own pace, because it's really important to understand that and then apply those concepts to your job search.
Absolutely, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, Anne has a question. I want to confirm that I can work with Danny for training and development. So you will absolutely be working with Danny, but you'll also be working with all 3 of us. Again, you have a team of coaches working for you. So you're going to get, each of us is going to be kind of speckled into your conversation or your direct message thread. So you'll definitely get Danny's great insights and expertise in terms of training and development, but you will also get Christina and my expertise as well. So great question.
Ariel, and I think I just wanted to, before we also move on, we also did have just a mention between executive level and professional level. Could you just explain the differences to everyone on what they're getting, what the difference would be from the executive level to the professional level?
Absolutely. So the professional level is basically, it will give you access to our whole platform with the exception of our executive group. So that's content specifically for the executive level membership. So you'll get access to 15 plus courses. You'll get access to the private platform, obviously 3 coaches who are working for you, our templates, our tutorials, our live trainings. Everything you saw in the platform, you basically have access to. And you can get 24/7 access to our app as well. The executive coaching or the executive membership is more geared towards C-suite professionals, those really working on their personal branding strategy. And they do, JT O'Donnell works personally with those members to develop their branding strategy, their business strategies, and does one-on-one kind of spotlights with executives who want to share their expertise and build their brands. So she basically has weekly office hours with all the executive members to kind of coach them around this, share strategies, insights, and high-level networking opportunities there. And then she also gives them the opportunity to brand themselves as executives. So it's more in depth, and you have you have JT O'Donnell as your head executive coach. So that's pretty much the main difference, is that you have a separate addition there. You have like your office hours with JT. You have these branding strategy sessions that are super in depth in terms of, executive branding and networking, but you also have access to pretty much everything else in the platform. So basically think of it as the professional level plus JT and a more in-depth strategy kind of building. Does that make sense? Great question. All righty. Okay, so, oh my gosh, it's already 2:40. So if you did not get a question answered today, please let us know, whether it's in our coaching direct message thread or our customer support thread. You can reach out to customer support by chat or typing in customer support dash Work Daily, I believe. So if you didn't get your question answered, please message us there and we'll be happy to respond and help you out. So thanks so much for joining us today. Danny, Christina, thanks so much for being here and introducing yourselves to the new members of Work Daily.
Awesome.
Great. All right, team. Thanks so much. Again, any questions, let us know and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.